Brace yourselves, folks. Today we're diving headfirst into another whirlwind adventure of Zack Morris and his questionable life choices. Now let's set the scene. The girls are hustling, putting together a male pinup calendar to raise money for a big screen TV. Meanwhile, our main man Zack, ever the opportunist, decides to impersonate Professor Lasky. Why? To score a date with a fan of the professor's, of course, because, well, that's just who Zack is. Now you might be thinking, this sounds absurd, and it is, but it's also Zack, so it kind of makes sense. But here's where things get really interesting. This isn't just any fan. Oh no, this is the Chancellor's daughter. Yeah, you heard that right. Zack, in his infinite wisdom, has now successfully tricked a girl into dating a professor she admires. What could possibly go wrong? While Zack masquerades as Professor Lasky, our other heroes, the girls, are orchestrating a male pinup calendar fundraiser. Now this is a plan we can all get behind. They're set on raising some serious cash for a big screen TV. But hold on, enter Screech, the self-proclaimed beefcake, who's got his eyes set on being the star model. There's just one tiny problem. The girls have their sights set on Slater. And honestly, can you blame them? It's like choosing between a prime ribeye steak and a questionable hot dog left on the grill too long. Sorry, Screech. Now the beauty of this plan lies in its simplicity. No identity theft, no elaborate lies, just good old-fashioned fundraising. And let's not forget the laughs. Oh, the laughs! Picture Screech strutting his stuff, convinced he's the next top model while the girls are doing their best not to burst into laughter. Meanwhile, on the other side of campus, we've got our boy Zack, entangled in his web of lies, trying to woo a girl who thinks he's a professor. The contrast couldn't be more stark. The girls are bringing the community together, raising funds and having a good time. Zack, on the other hand, is creating chaos, confusion, and, well, let's face it, comedy gold. So while Zack is out there playing pretend, the girls are making real change and a lot of laughs. Back to our protagonist, or should we say antagonist. Zack's brilliant plan starts to crumble faster than a cookie in milk. Now we all know Zack Morris is no Professor Lasky. He's more like a professor of disaster, and as expected, he can't keep up the act for long. With every passing moment, Zack's persona of the admired professor starts to wobble like a poorly stacked Jenga tower. It's a comedy of errors, really. Picture this. Zack, trying to sound intellectual, ends up discussing the intricacies of quantum physics when he can't even spell quantum. His admirer, the Chancellor's daughter no less, is left baffled, and you can't help but chuckle at the absurdity of it all. And then, we have the moment of truth. The real Professor Lasky strolls in, and Zack is caught in the act like a deer in headlights. Zack's eyes widen, his heart races, and for a moment you can almost see the cogs turning in his head as he tries to come up with an escape plan. But alas, the game is up. The revelation is as dramatic as a soap opera, but 10 times funnier. The Chancellor's daughter, once smitten, now looks at Zack like he's a peculiar specimen in a science lab. The real Professor Lasky, on the other hand, seems more amused than angry. After all, who wouldn't be entertained by Zack's audacious attempt at impersonation? And there you have it, folks. Zack's master plan, which was as flimsy as a house of cards, collapses spectacularly. His face, once smug, now mirrors the expression of a kid caught with his hand in the cookie jar. The unraveling of Zack's scheme is a testament to his uncanny ability to turn even the simplest of situations into a tangled web of chaos. But let's be honest, would we have it any other way? Zack's antics, as ridiculous as they are, make for a good laugh because we never see Jennifer Williams ever again. She got dumped by a horny skis rag and probably fucking killed herself. Well, folks, it's been a wild ride. Let's take a moment to reflect on Zack's actions. He decided to impersonate a professor, a risky move that was destined to end in disaster from the get-go. And while the girls were busy raising funds with the beefcake calendar, our man Zack was busy weaving a web of deceit, all to woo a girl. But wait, it gets better. This girl just happened to be the Chancellor's daughter. Talk about playing with fire. And let's not forget poor Screech, who got caught in the crossfire of Zack's reckless antics. And there you have it, another testament to Zack Morris's uncanny ability to turn even the simplest of situations into a tangled web of chaos. Zack Morris is indeed trash.